Good morning. Welcome to Friday Sews. My name is Cynthia and you're watching Mountain Accent Sewing. I have changed my channel name to add at Mountain Accent Sewing. Hopefully that will help other YouTubers find my channel that are interested in sewing, and I hope you enjoy what I'm going to share with you today. First, I want to thank Jen at Today in Jen's Sewing Room for creating this hashtag where sewists like myself can share what we've been up to. I don't get to post Friday Sews every week, but I do like to join in when I can. I do have a new make, and I'm wearing it. I finished this yesterday. For those of you in other places, we celebrated the 4th of July in the United States. I did get the day off work, and it was nice to have a day off of work. I rarely ever sleep in, but I've had a trying past 2 weeks, and I just felt like I hadn't been sleeping well, and so I went to bed early Wednesday night, and then I slept till like 8:30 yesterday morning, and it felt great to be able to sleep in. My husband and I decided not to go join any festivities. We didn't even go watch fireworks. Some years we do that, but we just celebrated at home, and I spent the day sewing, and I finished this dress, which is the chalk and notch fringe dress. And I also watched a little TV and read a little bit and just had a totally chill day, which was exactly what I needed. So I want to tell you a little bit about the dress. This is a pattern that's been very popular for the past few years in the sewing community, and I finally purchased it at the end of last year, I think. And there are two views. So we have the view with the sleeve tabs and buttons on top and the 3 buttons, and then we have one that just has a facing here, and I don't know if that's a cuff or a fold-up sleeve. I haven't read the directions, but it's like a little short sleeve. Both have a gathered skirt, has darts at the front waist and darts at the back waist. I made view A, and I chose this view for 2 reasons. I do love a little button placket. I wasn't keen on the tabs. However, I received this fabric from Kristen at the Dahlia Sewciety in her In Van Gogh Bespoke Box. It is a lightweight cotton fabric, and it does look a lot like Van Gogh's poppy paintings. The fabric is very reminiscent of that, and it included these beautiful blue buttons, and there were 5 buttons in the package, so it was perfect for adding the buttons on the sleeve tabs. If I hadn't had 5 buttons, I would have left those off and just did the other sleeve version, but I wanted to use all of those beautiful buttons. And I made a size 18, which is, wait a second, I don't think I did. I think a size 16, which is you know, maybe I should look at my pattern, because I'm looking at the measurements here, and this has 2 bust size options, and I went with the CD bust pattern piece, but I actually fit into the size 14 as far as the size range. So I may have cut out a size 14. The only thing is with the waist, for a size 14, it's a 33-inch waist, and my waist is not 33 inch. It's currently larger than that. And one of the recommendations in the pattern said that you can make the waist darts smaller if you need to have a little bit more wiggle room. And so I did do slightly smaller waist darts, and that seemed to work just fine. Now, I did have a little trouble with attaching my skirt piece, and I did add an inch to the skirt length at the shorten and lengthen line. Now, it did recommend using your sewing machine to do 2 rows of gathering stitches, and I did that, and I regretted doing it that way. Because of this being such a lightweight cotton fabric and it's delicate to work with, when I was trying to pull those seams or the threads tighter, it did cause a little more fraying, and I wish in hindsight that I'd either use my overlocker to gather that fabric or hand gathered it. Ideally, it probably would have worked best to hand gather the waistline, because the seam allowances are 3/8 inch, and that's a very narrow seam, and you're putting in the 2 rows of gathering stitches and then supposed to stitch it at 3/8. I actually went to a 1/2 inch seam allowance on the waist because I was having trouble with the fraying when I went to do the waistline. And then when I stitched it together and tried it on, it still had a little I don't know, pulling with the gathering stitches where something wasn't quite right, and I had to work with it, and I actually ended up restitching to give it a little bit of extra security. And I also overlocked it a second time because I was concerned about the fraying. And I'm going to insert some pictures of me wearing the dress. It's a beautiful little dress. Yeah, and it's gonna be nice to wear on a hot day. Today is really hot already, and it's early in the morning. I mean, it's like, yeah, not even 10 o'clock, and I'm sitting here sweating in air conditioner. But I just came in from outside from taking pictures. And so next I'm going to share very little bit about life, and then I'll tell you what's on my cutting table. So unfortunately, where I have my plum tree, I have some other fruit trees that have not done very well over the years. It was just an experiment because I'm not very knowledgeable when it comes to growing fruit trees. It was more of a hobby that I wanted to try. And one of my peach trees that I'd planted is dying, and it broke this week. So currently the hubby's out there sawing up what broke off, and I think he's taking a little extra where I think the tree has died. It looks like something has been eating on it. I'm not sure what kind of beetle or bug or whatever would eat on a peach tree. But I just realized that this year that it was not going to make it. And I was hoping it would make it till after the peaches ripened on it, but it's already broken. So that's what he's been doing, and I'm enjoying, like I says, having time off. Where I work is open today, but I took an extra day off because I felt like I needed it. And I'm playing it by ear, but I hope to get some more sewing done, and I'm hoping to get in a hike. But next up, what's on my sewing table is a very easy pattern. I have made it several times, and it is Simplicity 1520. It is a family pajama pattern. Now, I have only made this for myself. I've not made it for anyone else. I took up sewing after my son was grown, and I've made him other pants, but not pajama pants. My husband, he's happy with what he has ready to wear. But I have made myself a couple of pairs of the long pants and a number of pairs of the short pants, and it's a very quick pattern to whip up. I make a size medium, and I taper down on the leg because I like it. I've made one version keeping it as it is, and it's a very wide leg, and so I do slightly taper it in to make it smaller, and that's the only adjustment that I make to this pattern. And I cut out a pair this morning in this beautiful navy and white scroll fabric, and it is a quilting cotton. And the pants I just lounge around the house in, but when I make shorts I do sleep in those. But yeah, I'm hoping to get these whipped up today. The only other thing you need is some elastic, which I think I have. And yeah, I noticed that the pair that I had made first is coming apart. It's from where it is coming apart at the waistline. And so I need to whip up another pair of those. That is all that I have to share as far as my sewing. Now I do want to mention that, and I meant to go on and Instagram and look this up before I came on here, but I forgot. But Lindsey at Inside the Hem, I know she's got a very popular YouTube channel. She and 4 other people who live in the Charlotte, North Carolina area are hosting a Charlotte Frocktails. This will be the first time ever for Charlotte to host this type of event where sewists can come and wear their me-made clothing and socialize. So if you live anywhere in the United States, or even if you're in another country and you want to come join the Charlotte Frocktails, they do have an Instagram page as well as a website. So just search for Charlotte Frocktails. I will try to insert their website below and link Lindsey's channel below also. I did purchase a ticket, and I hope that I will meet some of other sewers there. I hope you have a wonderful day and a great week. I'll talk to you again later. Bye.